welcome back. This is Nicardo Media House. Today is the Media House football news. You know, today I'm just a chill. I'm gonna say, some feel like man, break down some transfer news and stuff how I go on around the world in the football industry. You know, but before we touch upon that, I just wanna a shout out to a special player. You know, he retired a few weeks ago at the end of the season. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan is a big time player, a real legend in the game. You know, probably my probably in my top five striker in Europe all time. You know, he scored type of goal where certain strikers dream to score. You understand? But this is someone that scored, over 500 goals, played over 500 games in his whole entire career. He did it in Sweden. He did it in the Dutch league. He did it in the Italian league. He did it in the French league. You know, come to United in England, went over in the MLS, go back to Italian league. Win the Scudetto. So yeah, he's a big time player. So yeah, we're not going to see a special player like that anymore. So we just want to shout out to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, for his service, all the work that he put in over the years and dedicated to the youngsters in the squad wherever he played. He always a player that helped youngsters to grow and help them mature, show them the right pathway. But yeah, the big sweet Zlatan Ibrahimovic, just wanna thank him a lot. He truly will miss. I hope him can stay in the game. By coaching some consultant, or just by just hand down his experience and teaching other players. What we have learned over the last. I think Zlatan scored in 3 decades of his football career, or 4. So that's a lot of experience. So yeah, so I just hope he can just stay in the game. Probably take some time out and some family time and chill and stuff like that. But we just want to see Zlatan Ibrahimovic probably be a coach or something. You never know anything. How he can help the youngsters, because a man like that playing football from around 15, 16 at the professional level until he's 41. Not many people get that chance in sports. Not only just football, but in sports generally. You understand? That's like 20 something years you've been playing football for. So yeah, a lot of experience right there. But talk about the big transfer news we are swirling around where we are create havoc in the football industry. Like everybody was just minding their own business, picking their transfer target. But since probably a day and a half are going to 2 days now, Kylian Mbappe submit a letter, that come out from in the newspaper in France, L'Equipe, that submit a letter to the Paris Saint-Germain board, that he would not sign an extension on his contract. As you know, back in 2022 last year, I think it was in May, Kylian Mbappe signed a 3-year deal that would expire in 2025, but the 2-year was like it's guaranteed you have to stay there, and the other year, which is like it's an odds on, it's up to the player if he want to continue another year, so he can trigger that clause. So he submit a letter that he will not sign another contract, and he would leave on a free of 2024. But that not going to sit well with the PSG board. As Kylian is probably the most expensive player right now if he's supposed to be sold. But it's just not going well. It's like every summer is there something with Kylian. Every summer there's something going on. There's always this big transfer in PSG. For some reason I don't know. But as I say, Lionel Messi leave. Last year it was Neymar. If he's going to stay or if he's going to leave, his future is still uncertain at PSG. As you see, PSG said they're not going to let Kylian leave on a free. So if he wants to play next season, which is upcoming season in August, he has to sign or he will be sold. But Mbappe don't want to sign a new deal. He's willing to play next season. He's committed to play next season, but he just don't want to trigger that third year in his clause, in his contract clause. So I think PSG they're gonna play hardball, but everything on this is in Kylian, and at this moment, as you know, he can he can like wire down the season, continue play this season coming up, and leave on a free. It's all in his hands, but I think PSG going to play hardball, just like what they did last year with the end of the season. They gave him a wholesale of contract, like image rights deal. Some reports were saying that he got shares in the club and stuff like that. It was a mega contract. Probably worth up to like 80 million a year, including endorsement deals and stuff like that. This transfer would be very very interesting because Kylian only got 1 year left on his contract, and Paris Saint-Germain want like 150, between 150 180. It's ridiculous. We know Kylian Mbappe is a special player. He's a world class talent. But for a guy that have 1 year left on his deal, I don't think any club would really go up there. 150, especially when you have 1 year. Like, why would you want to pay 150 or 180 for a player that only have 1 year when you can just sit and relax and wait until next summer? Because the player already came out and said, he's not going to sign another deal, or you not going to trigger that clause in his contract. So most clubs can just stick around and just wait until next season. But the big one, in the pot, Real Madrid, they've been wanting Kylian for a long time now. Kylian Mbappe is a Real Madrid fan. He had loads of posters in his room with Real Madrid players. El Phenomenal, Ronaldo, CR7. Those guys are his idol, Ronaldinho. But a lot of clubs will be fishing around for his signature. But I think Real Madrid will gonna always be the favorite to sign Kylian Mbappe, and it's up to them if they're going to make a move this transfer window, or they're gonna just hang around and just wait until next season. Karim Benzema leave and went to the Saudi Arabia League, and most clubs need strikers. Most clubs need strikers. As I said before, everyone was minding their own business until a couple of days ago when this report came out in France. So now you have Sheikh Jasmine, the Qatar owners are trying to buy United. If they can buy the club and get a breakthrough with the Glazers. Kylian Mbappe gonna link heavily with United. That Qatar link. He's one of their ambassadors down there in Qatar. But I think overall Real Madrid is going to be the favorite. Real Madrid is going to be the favorite right here. Yeah. But when the thing though, what I didn't like with PSG before they signed that new deal, before he was a free agent, was going to free agent in the last year summer of 2022. He signed a contract, and they sold him the project. They tell him that, you're gonna pick whoever you want to come to the club and all of that. But most of that didn't go down well with the club and Kylian. But they tell him we're gonna buy big players. We're gonna start a brand new project. We have Neymar on board. We have Lionel Messi on board. So they're gonna sign better players so they can challenge in the Champions League. But PSG went out and signed Vitina. Vitina was coming from Wolves. Soler was coming from Valencia, and Fabian Ruiz was coming from Napoli. Come on, with all respect for all these guys, these players are not type of quality. As last summer, PSG was linked with Ousmane Dembele all transfer season, all summer long. As you know, Ousmane Dembele is a close friend of Kylian Mbappe, and there was a lot of speculation that was going on. But you signed Vitinha, Soler, and Fabian Ruiz. That's not world class like what Kylian Mbappe want in the PSG team to go on and trying to lift that Champions League, take that dead rubber of PSG back. They always want to win the Champions League, but La Liga will be the destination, I think, for Kylian. Most people don't know this, but when Kylian was 15, I think it was 15, yeah, 15, he started to study Spanish, so he's fluent, he speaks 3 language fluent, really good. Spanish, French is his home language, and English, he speaks good English. So yeah, so the shift in the balance there is now England, and in Spain, you go to Real Madrid, which are one of the big clubs in England. But it's how you would fit in at Real Madrid. Kylian like to drift on the left, right? Also, Karim Benzema, he like to drift on the left and link up with Vinicius. So I wouldn't see that's of a big problem right there with Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius to play together. Most clubs in Europe don't want to see that link up because you got one on the left is fast, and Kylian, who's going to play through the middle, is super fast. So running at teams different, they would be shitting in the underpants. Like, how are we going to mark these guys? But if Real Madrid can pull this one off this summer, it would be a Galactica team. As they announced Jude Bellingham today. That is a big sign. Jude. Real Madrid have a pretty good squad, especially in the middle of the park. They got 3 good young players that can play for the next 10 years at the club. Camavinga, Toshonedi, and Jude Bellingham. That's like a world-class midfield that you could replace like with Casemiro and Cruz and Luka Modric. Yeah, so Real Madrid team will be really strong this season. But what that means for Harry Kane, if I don't think Real Madrid will ever go for Harry Kane if they sign Kylian Mbappe. The fair play, the FFP, that will come in, and they already paid 100 million Bellingham, and if they're going to sign Kylian this summer, that's going to be another 100 million. And if they want Harry Kane, it's going to be up there. Going to be right up there. He's another one too where he only got 1 year left on his contract, so that's something to look out for. Harry Kane, the Harry Kane links to Real Madrid and Kylian Mbappe. So, but Kylian Mbappe will always be Real Madrid first to us. Always be Real Madrid first. If they can't get it this summer, and they could agree something, in January, Kylian and Harry Kane will be free to talk to clubs that in international, in January, Harry Kane, if he don't sign a new deal, he will free to talk to clubs outside of England. The same thing for Kylian. So yeah, that's something to look out for. But let's see where this one goes with PSG and Kylian Mbappe. As I said, I don't think PSG will let him leave this summer. I strongly believe they're gonna play hardball and try to struck a deal somewhere in the middle of the season. But I don't think they're gonna give up Kylian like that. Especially when Lionel Messi move on. He has a strange relationship with the fans. Neymar is there. It's a lot of speculation is going on if he's gonna be there or if he's gonna leave. And so PSG we're gonna need players up front as they like. They need world class players up there because they always want to win the Champions League. But moving on to another Frenchman, Lucas Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez is a French player. Played for Bayern Munich. Recently told the club that he wants to leave. He want new challenge, and he would not sign a new deal with the club. And he want to join PSG. As you know, he's from France, so I guess he want to move back home, try something new. He want to move to the giants in the French league. But Bayern Munich is asking for 60 million plus adds on. That's a whole lot of money for someone still, have a couple more years left on their contract. So let's see how that one goes out. And as I see this morning, Justin Kluivert, the Italian capital club, AS Roma, they're willing to let him leave on a permanent deal as they shipped him out last season to Valencia on a loan. So now they're going to part ways. So Justin Kluivert is in advanced talk to sign with Bournemouth. So as Bournemouth sold the Colombian, their midfielder Jefferson Lerma to Crystal Palace. He signed a 3-year deal on a free. He spent all of his 5 seasons there at Bournemouth. So new start. Let's see how that one goes. So I wanna touch on that Lionel Messi. I never seen a player sign a contract before and they're gonna get piece of the pie in the TV rights deal. So Lionel Messi signs for the MLS franchise club Inter Miami, which owns by David Beckham. So they signed Lionel Messi, and this is kind of a strange one because Apple, they got the TV rights to show all the MLS games in the US, and all of that deal with Lionel Messi includes. So Apple gonna give Lionel Messi a piece of the pie for the TV rights. I never seen that, but Lionel Messi is a big time player. He's one of the greats in the game. Some people said, he's the best that to ever kick a football, which I don't believe. But Lionel Messi commercial deal to Inter Miami is crazy. It's a lot of money. But David Beckham seems like, you know, David Beckham wants to build a ex Barcelona team over there in Miami as they link with Sergio Busquets. Di Maria is on a free transfer. They link with Di Maria. We see reports coming out that Jordi Alba will link with Inter Miami. So, Luis Suarez, I think he's close to join the Miami team. As you know, Lionel Messi is his best friend. So let's see how that one goes out. But a couple months ago, the Argentina FA came out and said he's going to build a headquarter outside of Buenos Aires and build a headquarter down in Miami, so the Argentina national team can base whenever they're gonna play friendlies or they just want to camp out in Miami. As you know, Miami is a big South American population, so that would work out. And Lionel Messi also own a house in Miami too, so everything works out. His family was getting unsettled in Paris, so everything works out for him to go back down to Miami. He's already own a house, but yeah, just let's see how that one pans out. That Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, uh, Angel Di Maria. So this will be a team to beat. But don't forget, Inter Miami are dead last. What, 15 in the Eastern Conference table. So Messi will have a lot of work to get into that playoffs. But I think the top 8 go to the playoffs in the MLS season. So moving on, Lionel Messi, as Spurs is looking for a new goalkeeper. They trying to sign David Raya. I think 40 million plus adds on from Brentford. Yeah, that would be a pretty much good deal for Spurs. As you know, Hugo Lloris is getting old. He's not flexible anymore. They need a new goalkeeper, so that's kind of makes sense right there for Spurs to sign a new goalkeeper as they looking to revamp that squad. They don't know what is going on yet with their big number 9. But speaking of goalkeeper, Chelsea already got two first team goalkeepers that arguably could be the number 1 in the club. Mendy and Kepa. I guess the new manager is not in favor of none of the goalkeepers. Mendy, he can't play out the ball with his feet, and that's the new way of goalkeeper playing. So I saw reports coming out in Sky Italy that Chelsea is looking at the Cameroon goalkeeper Andre Onana, but Inter Milan slapped a big price tag on Onana, and they said you gotta come close around the 70 mil regions. But I feel like if Chelsea can match between 50 and 60, they could have shot to get Andre. Andre Onana is a very very good. He's a shot blocker. He can play the ball out with both feet, as you see in the Champions League. I think he touched the ball more than one of the Inter Milan defender at Cherby. They played a lot through another. So yeah, this is a goalkeeper where he don't scared to play out the ball or make pass or dribble. He can use both feet really good. So Once you can use both feet as a goalkeeper, that's a plus. That's a plus, really good plus. Yeah, so let's see if Chelsea can pull that one off. But if Chelsea want to be really smart with this deal, if they if if Chelsea new coach Pochettino, if Pochettino don't want Lukaku, they you could always like get a swap deal right there. Lukaku worth around 60 million right now. So why not just swap him, because Lukaku is on loan at Inter Milan. You could send Lukaku to the Milan club, and you take another done deal. But no one knows what Chelsea going to do with Lukaku. But I think a decision will be made coming in a few weeks from now with that Lukaku issue, because Chelsea Chelsea linked with another striker, Latura Martinez. He's an Argentine. The Chelsea coach is an Argentine, so he's a good striker. But I don't see Latura Martinez as a Chelsea type of striker. Chelsea like striker that's big and strong, something like Didier Drogba, Nicolas Anelka, Diego Costa, Romelu Lukaku. Those are the type of strikers that Chelsea go for. Samuel Eto'o. Back in the day, they got Alexander Pato. Something with some a striker with a frame, like someone big. Latura Martinez is not so big of a striker, but he can hold up the ball. But I don't see him as a Chelsea striker. This link is more like of an Argentine connection between Poch and the striker, because they both Argentine. So yeah. Thanks for tuning in. That was a little recap, of the football news. Some of the latest is going around. You know, I just want to say thank you, man, for all the fans, for supporting the videos, all the videos that I drop. Everyone who likes the video, everyone that will comment under the video, who share the videos. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot. This is the media house movement. This is the media house movement. So yeah, thank you. That's a little bit of football news is going around. Hope to catch you soon. But look, Gold Cup preview. I'm gonna do a whole tournament preview, and I will be doing preview. I'm gonna do previews and reviews for all the Jamaica games in the Gold Cup this season. I think Jamaican play. I think coming next week, I'm gonna do a Gold Cup edition preview of the whole tournament. My prediction. Who have the strongest team. Who's going to win the tournament. Who's the underdog. Just check it out. It will come in next week. Between Sunday and Wednesday. So look out for that Gold Cup edition view. And I think I might bring a couple hosts on the chat. We chat and talk about that Gold Cup. Yeah. So peace out.